Revel or Yeti? Do people ever mistake you for a dude? What are your opinions on specialized mountain bikes? Kazoo or Spork? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Jeff, the founder of Worldwide Cyclery, and this is another edition of Ask Jeff. You guys asked all these questions on Instagram and YouTube, and I've picked out some of my favorite ones, and I'm going to answer them and hopefully entertain you and make you laugh, and also maybe be really happy that you're you and not me. Revel or Yeti? I don't know, man. I love them both. There's a lot of good bikes these days. If anyone is like belligerently crazy about one brand and all other brands suck, then they're probably blowing smoke.
Damn, that shit is hard!
Pretty much every mountain bike that's a reputable brand is really good, and I like them all. These days I just pick bikes because I want to try something new and I like changing stuff up, and I don't know, I'm impartial. I'm not a bikeist, like a yeah, I don't discriminate on bikes. Do you dream of being a pirate or an elf? Well, if we're talking like pirate from Pirates of the Caribbean or elf from the movie Elf, then I would say Pirates of the Caribbean. But if we're talking pirate or elf as in like a Legolas from Lord of the Rings elf, then I'd rather be Legolas. I once heard you pooped your pants. Is that true? When are you gonna change your haircut? I seriously need to, huh? I look ridiculous. Yo, Jeff, you look like Pop Smoke. You think so? What are your opinions on Specialized mountain bikes? I think Specialized is cool. They make a lot of sweet stuff. Super big bike company. I really like a lot of the paint jobs that they do. I think they make probably the best e-bike out there. Not that I've ridden all of that many different ones, but I have ridden theirs and it's sweet. I like Specialized. I think they make a lot of cool stuff. They sponsor a lot of cool fast racers like Loic Bruni. I'm a huge Loic Bruni fan. Yeah, but I don't know. I personally favor more small boutique brands because I think they're cool and interesting, and they're kind of like underdogs making different stuff, whereas some of those huge name brands like Trek Specialized, Giant, Cannondale are kind of, I don't know, they're all cool, but they're just different, and I like the smaller guys. What fork, Pike or 34 for a hardtail 29er? I would say a 34 step cast. We actually just made a video all about the Pike versus the 34, the 2020 editions, and to me, they're both really damn good forks, but if you're on a hardtail or something really lightweight, I would go with the 34. It's a bit lighter than the Pike, especially because you have a 34 step cast option, which is even yet again lighter. But yeah, if I was on something a little more like a 130 mil travel bike, I'd probably go with a Pike. Because I feel like the Pike is kind of right between Fox's 34 and 36. But anyways, check out that video if you're interested on Pike versus 34. What is your view on shipped direct-to-consumer strategy versus a local bike shop, and does Amazon Prime enter the picture at some point? Well, we do own 3 brick-and-mortar bike stores, and we have a video coming out all about sort of my thoughts on consumer direct bike brands, and I think they're great. I think they're pushing the industry forward, and they're kind of giving an option for different people. I think if you're someone who knows how to work on your own bike, knows and understands mountain bikes or road bikes really well, then it's a great option, right? You can just kind of cut out the retailer and buy directly with the brand, have it shipped to your house, assemble it yourself and kind of work on it yourself. If you have a warranty question, you can communicate with them or that brand, directly. So I think those companies have a lot to offer and a lot of value and are doing a lot of cool stuff, and it's great to see the industry evolve and kind of push towards giving the consumer more value. I think that the traditional sort of brick and mortar bike shop model makes a lot of sense for another segment of riders, right? If you don't want to work on your own bike, if you don't want to build your own bike, if you don't have the knowledge on how to build your own bike, if it shows up at your doorstep in a box, then it can be really useful to go to a good local bike shop that can help guide you into what bike you need and which one works great and do all your service work for you and kind of maintain the thing for you. So it kind of depends on who you are and what you're looking for, depending on which one of those might make the most sense for you. Yeah, I don't think one's necessarily better than the other. I just think it's kind of different options, which is cool. More, more options for the consumer is always better, and that's capitalism, baby. It's great. Favorite YouTube channel? It's actually Section 4. So that's a YouTube channel that's run by this guy, Scott Galloway. He's this older dude who has these really interesting views and opinions on a lot of business news. And he used to have a channel called L2 Inc. that then became Gartner L2. He's just like a business dude, talks about economics and business stuff. And I'm kind of a business nerd and I really like that. So I like his channel. I also really like Wall Street Journal and Cold Fusion and MKBHD. And in terms of mountain bike stuff, I like BKXC, Nate Hills. I think Pink Bike has a lot of great YouTube content these days. Yeah, that's probably about it. How do you feel about Ryan Palmer? From Ryan Palmer. I think he's awesome. He does backflips. Look at this. Any chances your company will sell road bikes? No, we're kind of just mountain bike people, but we do sell gravel bikes. We carry Open and Pure Cycles and Da Vinci, and now Evil has a gravel bike, and that's kind of like a cool combination of a road bike and a mountain bike, so that's close enough and about as close as we're ever gonna get. What did you do before founding WWC? How many years of experience do you need? Do you have any degrees in business or sales? Before I started Worldwide Cyclery, I worked at a local brick and mortar bike shop called Michael's Bicycles, which is a great sort of mom and pop, awesome local store here. Doesn't do any online business at all, but they do a great local business and a ton of service work. I worked there for a long time as a teenager. I also sold a bunch of stuff on eBay on the side and through Pink Bike forums and things like that. And I also raced bikes a whole bunch. So I was kind of just really deep in the bike industry. I don't have any experience. I actually only went to high school for 2 years, and then the second 2 years I went to charter school because I was traveling around racing mountain bikes a whole bunch. So that was it. I never went to college, don't have any business degrees or anything like that. I think a lot of that stuff you can probably learn on the internet. Sometimes college could be super useful, sometimes it's not. For me, I didn't go that route. I just raced bikes and then started Worldwide when I was 21. So pretty much anything I think I needed to know, and most people that if you want to know it and you have the desire to sit there and Google it and read it all day, you can do it yourself. So if you've got an idea about starting a business, just use the internet and go for it and take risks. When I started Worldwide Cyclery, I was totally unqualified. I was 21 years old. I didn't even understand what a P&L or a balance sheet was. I really didn't have much idea what I was doing, but I really did know the industry and the customer and the products I was selling and talking about. So I had a lot of advantages there. I didn't really know anything about business. I kind of learned that as I went and fell in love with the game and enjoyed it. And now, a big thing that the reason why we've grown to where we've grown is because we put a lot of focus on good people, really caring about the customer experience and just constantly evolving and getting better at what we do as a business. So if you have an idea, just go for it. Don't let weird things stand in your way, like the fact you need to go to business school, because you don't. Do people ever mistake you for a dude?
And I got you good, you fucker.
Just bleep that one out. Rough, dude. Is it worth getting CushCore in the rear wheel of a hardtail? Yeah, absolutely. We made a whole video on CushCore if you want to check that out. CushCore makes a really cool product, and it's probably even more useful on hardtail where you have no rear suspension and you might be digging your rim a lot. I think CushCore is a great product for anyone who's digging their rims often, or even just maybe isn't but wants to run a little bit lower tire pressure. So it's a cool product. What are your thoughts on YT? Good, bad, is it worth it? I don't have a ton of experience with actual YT bikes. I've only ridden them maybe a couple times in my life. I really admire that company. I think what they're doing is incredible in terms of business model. And YT's video with Christopher Watkins about when they released the Jeffsy, I thought was probably the most creative, most well done, impressive piece of media that's ever been released in the bicycle industry. Absolutely love that. So yeah, I love and admire YT. I think it's awesome what they're doing. And yeah, it's just cool stuff. But they're a direct-to-consumer brand, so us as a retailer would obviously never sell those guys, so we don't really have much of a chance to ride their bikes. But if anyone from YT is watching this, we'd love to test your bikes if you want to let us borrow one day. That'd be nice. Subway or Jimmy John's? Jimmy John's, man. I think Jimmy John's is better. Doesn't everybody think that?
Do you, boo-boo? Do you, boo-boo?
Kazoo or Spork? Hard choice, I know. I don't know. I'm gonna say that I would have to go with a Kazoo because you can get a lot of fun out of a Kazoo, and a Spork is more utilitarian. You could probably just carry with you a spoon and a fork. So it is less efficient to not have a Spork because then you need 2 utensils instead of 1, but a Kazoo you get a lot of fun out of. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will answer some more of your questions next time. Let me know down in the comments what else you want me to answer. Hit that subscribe button. We'd really appreciate it. We post a lot of cool mountain bike content, and we hope that it's really good and that you like every single video we post. So hit that notification bell, and if you don't like it, let us know, and you can schedule an appointment to personally come to the shop and pull my armpit hair because our videos suck.